Aquarius. How are all of you doing? Welcome to my channel and to your September love reading. We are going to take a look at singles and partners. I want to see how things are looking as far as how you guys are feeling, where the connection's at, and what the overall positive and negative influences are, where it's all going, okay? I also want to let you know what to avoid and overall what you need to know in general, okay? If you guys are interested in a private reading or any of my products or services, all that information is down below. If you are new to my channel, thanks so much for joining me, guys. You can get entered into my giveaway by just commenting giveaway down below after subscribing. And same goes for all of my subscribers. Just go ahead and comment giveaway and I will get you set up into that. Okay, now I do have all my healing products and information on my memberships, and all of that stuff is down below, okay? You can also check me out on Instagram. My name is Earthly Energies 1111, and there will be an extended available for this one, guys. I'm going to really dive into your love readings, but I also want you to know that I'm going to have your monthlies available, and that's going to also touch a little bit on your love, but this is more kind of going in depth on what's going on right now, okay? So I was meditating on your energy, and I get the feeling like you guys are in like this mode of really kind of opening yourself up. You're not really settling down or keeping yourself confined to anything in particular. You're also not really looking to communicate in a very narrow way. Like you don't want to, you want to keep it very broad, very open. You don't want to get into a position where you limit your options. So I feel like you're really expanding on that communication and wanting to just kind of learn from life a little bit and see where things are going. I also get the feeling like you guys have your emotions and your energies kind of spread all over the place. Okay, so we'll kind of see how that's making your person feel, but it's almost like you're in kind of a rebirth. You know, you're getting out there, you're learning from things, you're having a good time, you're experiencing. So I do get the feeling like you're in a positive energy, but I did get a slight like anxiety from you guys. So we'll kind of see what's going on. I'm going to start with the singles here and see how everybody is feeling about each other. Okay, so let's just start there. I want to see your current energy for the two of you, okay? So I've got the 10 of Wands for you and the High Priestess for the person you're dealing with. So the 10 of Wands, you are really, I feel like you're wanting to minimize how much weight you're putting on yourselves, okay? Whether it's getting involved with certain people or committing to certain things, you're really trying to keep yourself kind of choosing your battles. You only really want what you have to have, but it's not working out very well. So someone you're dealing with in the love department here is, I feel like, creating a bit of an anxiety for you. This person is very much attached to their unconscious kind of awareness and not being able to read through some of those fine lines as well as you can, Taurus. So the communication barrier, I feel like it's making some stressful energies for you this month, okay? Overall, where you might be hoping another person can kind of see past some things or would, you know, really kind of listen to their own inner truth a little bit more, it is creating a bit of a stress for you, because I do feel like that's what I picked up. Now here's the thing, astrologically we have a lot going on this month. We've got Mercury, Venus, and the Sun, good Lord, entering Libra. Okay, so that is really highlighting all of your communications in your relationship and how effective those communications are. Okay, it's also, we've got the Sun, we've got Saturn entering Capricorn, and that's really going to take a look at how are you establishing your boundaries in the relationship. So mid-month you're going to have this opportunity where your optimism is going to be kind of tested. You're going to be tested for how you go about establishing some of those boundaries, okay? So if you have positive communication and you are looking at, you know, just establishing those moral constructs and leaving out old behaviors and habits and things like that, you're really going to shine in this particular astrological movement here. You're going to get a chance for just becoming a more on point and seeing eye to eye with things. And it's going to create not only a new beginning, but a very balanced connection with communication with your person, okay? So as far as what's coming, we've got the King of Wands here. So, you know, this is going to take some work, you guys. I mean, it's not going to come for free by any means. I do think that you both kind of understand that that's what it's going to take, is both of you really putting it all out there and being inspiring for each other as opposed to breaking each other down, you know, kind of a thing, with the stress or the insecurity or whatever this is going on, okay? Is this love? We've got the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles is talking really about how this has potential, okay? Is this love? This has a very good potential for being something that you all are wanting it to be. The difference here is that it's going to come with a price. So I feel like some of you might have even kind of rejected communication in other areas that might have been tempting. It might have been an interesting option for you, but I feel like going that route would have cost you, okay? Would have cost you. For some of you in your singles department, I feel like you're dealing with more than one person, so somebody could just be kind of very aware of what's going on. To them, it looks pretty shisty, okay? To you, it's very weighing because of the way it's having to be dealt with. There might be some things that can't quite come out in truth right now. And as passionate as the two of you are in your own individual ways, it's in a position where you have to be very particular about your choices, okay? Because it could have an influence on the potential of something else, okay? Of something that might right now just be in a position where it has to have focus as opposed to where you may want to take things, okay? There's just life happening right now. Sorry, guys. So, yeah, I feel like where you're at definitely has potential for success, okay? But I do feel like you may have had to kind of put something to the side to pursue this. That's the message that I'm picking up here. But this is still something that has potential here. So I don't feel like you necessarily made a bad decision. It's still going to go somewhere good. Okay? Let's look at the positive or negative influence here. The Page of Pentacles. So I feel like this had a positive influence. It really almost had like a financial, like it was almost going to be a financial loss for you to make a move here in a certain direction. And so it was easier for you to go the route that allowed you to be able to continue to bring in good news for yourself, for your family, for all those around you. It was like a greater loss to go in this direction than it was to pursue what you have going on in your world. So right now you guys might be just really focused on work, okay, or goals and potentials, things like that. I mean, as opposed to really making any commitments right now. What are we avoiding here? And this is for singles, okay? So avoiding the Eight of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles came out in the reverse. So you guys can all see this. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel like you may have had to internalize something or kind of push something to the side so that you could keep going here. You just weren't able to pursue this particular situation because of something that has a hold of your overall quality of life here. Right, wrong, or otherwise. Okay, the Nine of Cups is talking about how you really had to require a certain level of discipline to stay in a comfortable position with whatever's going on in your life right now. That was the only option there was. So I get the feeling like some of you had to block communication here because you just couldn't, you realized that there were things that about this connection that you just couldn't pursue right now, perhaps. Okay, so I can see where that would be pretty weighing, and for the person, it might even be a little confusing for whoever it is you're dealing with. Okay, a lot of passion for each other. I mean, I do see like this definitely has potential for being something really beautiful. Excuse me, guys, sorry, but unfortunately, because of this other situation going on here, could be just a past situation, but I get the feeling like it's something you've already had kind of going on that has to do with more monetary value. You just had to take on a different route, and in order to make this work, you had to set some things to the side. You couldn't pursue, and you couldn't take on a deeper meaning with this relationship. You had to be very, very self-disciplined with this. I apologize, guys. My allergies are terrible. I'm sorry. I know that's annoying to listen to. Okay. What do you need to know here? Speak your mind. So even if you're needing to speak, elsewhere to someone of support to get clarity on this situation, okay, I can see where this could be quite confusing for you, especially if it's just kind of weighing on your mind, and it's been on your mind about maybe pursuing, you're not really sure, it's putting your emotions and your thoughts and your attention in all kinds of directions here, you're trying to just put it all out there and focus, but this particular situation, if it comes down to it, Taurus, where it's just weighing on your mind, and there's really no resolve other than just kind of speaking your mind and letting it go and being done with it, definitely do so, because this is an opportunity for you to find a constructive way to handle this, to close out anything that needs to be dealt with, and allow yourself to come into more of a constructive type of a communication, not only with yourself and your higher self and your intentions, your intuition, your conscious, okay, your own moral values, but you're also establishing a very healthy set of communication foundations, I guess you could call it, okay? You're setting the ground rules for how you want to pursue things moving forward. Whether anybody else really knows that or not, it's more for yourself. It's more for yourself, okay? But you're learning how to communicate constructively so that you can move past this limitation. Okay, so overall outcome, 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. So I feel like this is you basically not making any new moves, okay? Yes, this might be a bit of a loss here, but in the end, you're gaining something that may have been already established or that might have a bigger outcome. It's just divinely not time right now, but it definitely has a lot to do with, you're feeling it. You're feeling whatever this disconnection is or whatever this loss is that you're just not able to pursue right now. You're definitely feeling it. And it could just be that it was a weight on your shoulders that you just weren't quite ready for here. Okay. Now, your throat chakra did come out in the reverse, so I do feel like you may have a bit of a blockage there in that department here. So keep that in mind and send some love to your throat chakra, guys, okay? Okay. Now, I also, like I said, I get the feeling like some of you just aren't really ready to just kind of settle down right now. You've got a lot going on. There's a lot of passion here. and there's a lot of, you know, solidifying your roots. So I kind of get the feeling like you guys are both really busy working on your own finances and your own projects and things like that. And that's part of kind of the deal here. You're kind of almost in like your pentacles of gaining that not just that stamina for life, but like, you know, that that status, you know what I'm saying, if you will, that it's just a type of achievement that you've reached before you kind of make that next step here. And I also get the feeling you're making a very, very measured step. This is very Taurus energy, okay? So you're being very cautious about how you move forward here. You want like the perfect gem, but you're not sure right now because you've got a lot going on and you're not really even in a position to get that moving right now, okay? So for my singles, overall, you know, things are very, very slow and steady, and the person that you're dealing with, you know, they're definitely feeling it in here, and they're not real sure what to think about what's going on. So I can see where speaking your mind and communicating is definitely going to put some ease in everybody's mind here. Okay, so for my partners, let's take a look at how you're currently feeling about your person here. Justice in the reverse. And how are they feeling about you? And the Eight of Swords. So they're very, very nervous about something here. Alright, very nervous about something that might have happened. You know, some of these might even be intertwined here, because somebody might have had somebody come back around to like get their attention, and it might have caused some insecurity in other relationships here. But either way, I do feel like there is, for whatever reason, there is some anxiety here when it comes to you, Taurus. I feel like your mind is just really kind of, it's kind of all over the place. Not in like a scattered way, but just in a very analytical, observant kind of a way. So the connection is the Sun in reverse. Yeah, so I feel like they think your attention is just elsewhere on like other people, maybe feeling like you're not interested in this connection anymore. Okay, they're definitely getting the impression like you, I got the message that they get this gut feeling, you know, that you're just not into it anymore. That's kind of the message. That is the message that I picked up. So let's see what the influence here is. The Hermit in reverse. So perhaps you might have kind of confided in this person about certain things, and maybe recently you've just kind of gone into your own voice and you haven't been as open with certain things, and that's kind of creating some insecurity with this person. They don't feel like you're opening the doors to them. Instead, you possibly are opening doors to somebody else. So I could see where some communication here, you guys, would definitely help whatever this discouragement and insecurity that your person's feeling. It's because of the lack of communication, though. And this can be reversed, you guys. What do we need to avoid here? The Page of... Interesting. Page of Cups. If you're really trying to make this situation work out, and this is happening, but you're trying to get it back, you know, into a whole position here, I would really, really be cautious about who all I have around, okay? Especially if they're going to have an influence of making this person feel uncomfortable. I might distance yourself from having those additional resources around. I get the feeling like that's kind of part of the problem, is there's these continued, you know, new energies coming around that are just very happy and bubbly and prosperous, and perhaps the person you're dealing with is just very territorial, you know, or very, very passionate about being with you, and that's very difficult for them to accept and deal with. Seven of Pentacles for what to avoid here. I wouldn't look too much into whatever this side thing is, guys. I would really kind of try to get your focus back in this and on your person, because I feel like they're seeing you as quite distant here. Very different energies, if you can see the kind of the colors here. They're not sure. They're not sure where you stand, in other words, okay? The Six of Wands, for what do we need to know? Give love, change, and progress. So, you guys could be heading towards a little bit of a break here, taking a little bit of maybe a retreat or something like that, okay? This is going to help progress things in a good direction here. There's going to be positive exchanges of love and emotion, okay? I kind of feel like you guys need this. You need to be able to balance and recognize each other for your awesome qualities, the things that you guys fell in love with each other for. You just need some time to reconnect with those energies here. More than anything, I think everybody's been so freaking busy, you haven't had time for each other. And it's created an insecurity, okay? I don't really even see a whole lot of like a third party of any kind. I really see more energy and attention's just been going to all different kinds of places here, okay? So the overall advice is to give that love, to speak your mind, learn from what's been going on, and make some progressive changes here. Okay? Go back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. Okay, so yes, you can be a very hard worker, and that's very admirable. But don't forget your people, okay? Because they're in like a kind of a state of despair, like, woe's me, where's my Taurus? My Taurus is MIA, right? Come back to me. They're just, it's very difficult because they really thrive on that structure within the relationship, and when things are kind of all over the place, I feel like it's very scary for them. You guys could kind of depend on each other in those certain ways, okay? Again, that's another learning thing, that we don't want to necessarily depend on one another like that, but you can certainly be in a position where you can choose to love and support one another. But the only way to do that is to have a connection that you can work with here. So, getting back into a moment where you guys can reconnect here is going to be just what the doctor ordered when it comes to kind of spotlighting this relationship. If that's what you're trying to do, this is the opportunity to do it, because all of your astrological stuff is going into a position where it's going to help you tremendously with your communication. So if it's been kind of a struggle here, as long as you're coming from your own truth and you have intentions of staying optimistic here and getting the best kind of result for everybody, it's going to turn out so. Alright, but just stay positive with this one. Yeah, you guys. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to go into your extended and see kind of where the blockages are, what actions you need to take. I'd like to take a look at further advice, and I want to see if there's any kind of hidden facts or challenges between the two of you guys, okay? What is going on? Alright, much love to you guys. I hope that helps and resonates. Check out your monthly readings. Those will be available soon as well. Bye, guys. Alright, we're going to clarify these cards here, and then we'll keep moving. Okay, so we're going to clarify what we've got here. The Page of Swords in reverse and the King of Pentacles here for the combination of how you guys are feeling about each other and kind of what's, how you're feeling about a person that you're either interested in, or that if you're trying to find out kind of who's coming toward you. This is Okay, so slightly different message here for my singles. For those of you who aren't in a relationship at all and you're just kind of wondering who this next person is that's coming your way, I get the feeling like whoever this is, they are quite intuitive. Right now, they're kind of seeking, they're going out and looking around. They also could be at a bit of a distance here, but they're looking for some good news in their life right now. But there is not a ton of growth with this because of whatever's been going on in your life. Your focus has just been very much on your own projects here, not necessarily towards passions, okay, in a relationship. Here's what I'm seeing. So when you do get into that state, okay, you're going to have a very good combination. This is a good mixture. All right, they highlight very well the things that you already have a good sense of working with when it comes to money, when it comes to projects, ideas. There's going to be a very passionate connection here with this person because of the way you guys think about things, okay? Now, if you already have somebody in mind, I can see that you admire them quite a bit, or they admire you as far as how hard you work. They do think that you just have like the best ideas ever, and they really want to just be a part of this whole energy here. I think that's part of why they feel so insecure. They just kind of want to be included, and I think you've been kind of, you know, soloing it out for a little while, or trying to figure things out, how you feel about stuff, okay? So as far as, is this love, is this something that's going to move forward here? The Moon card. A couple different messages. One, for those of you waiting for somebody, there's been a lot going on in the background. So there is somebody that's coming. It was just good. It was like hand-picked to perfection for you, is the message that I'm getting. Only the best. But the Moon card came out for as far as the situation about being, is this love? Is this something that's going to last? Where is this situation at? So again, for those of you who had to kind of put something to the side because of work or because of divine timing, just wasn't right, or whatever it is, there is definitely some kind of an inner truth here that hasn't quite surfaced. I feel like you might be holding on to this here. And this could be part of that weight that you're feeling, is that you're not able to express to people here. And you want to be able to come out of this and speak your mind with those around you, but I kind of get the feeling like for some of you, it's not exactly supported, and it's very difficult to talk about with other people here. You're kind of having to hold on to this in your own way. All right, and the Eight of Wands here, as far as the negative or positive influence, things are moving so quickly. It's keeping you in a nice state of balance here. You're always happy, and it's making you feel like you're very disciplined and following along in the way you should. The only difference is you're also feeling like you're not quite able to pursue things quite the way that you want because things are going so fast, because there's so much going on. Okay, again, this can be vice versa energy, you guys. Okay, as far as what to avoid here, the Three of Wands. So getting into anything additional, okay, I don't think adding any relationships to your situation right now is the best thing for you. I think getting what you have already figured out and into a comfortable place is your best idea, okay, is your best kind of suggestion here. Avoiding any kind of new plans. Let's just kind of get what we've got right now into a solid foundation and then move forward, okay? For those of you in a partnership, sorry for the noise, guys. The Hierophant in reverse is talking about things are not quite being followed in the most traditional of ways, okay? So there might be some things that are just happening. You're like, man, I really don't know what this means. What do I do about this? Why are they acting like this? I don't know where things are at. Kind of matches this Justice in reverse card, okay? The King of Swords. You could have quite a cocky person right now, or someone that's just coming off very, very closed off, unwilling to communicate in the most constructive and positive of ways that normally I think that they do. They come from a very clear judgment. They like to think very very deeply and find those deeper meanings and apply those to their life and to their relationships, okay? Keeping you in the loop, opening the doors to you, always having that sun shining on, you know, that communication that you guys have. But right now, I do see that it's right now it's not in a position where you can just feel comfortable approaching that person right now. Now, is this lasting? We had the Page of Cups, and now we've got the Eight of Cups. So I kind of get the feeling like, for some of you, you could be shifting here. Yeah. You could be shifting away from this particular relationship here and reevaluating your desires. There's that Justice card in reverse. Some of you feel like you've got a better opportunity elsewhere, basically. Like you've just kind of been dealing with this situation and it's not a very responsible thing, or it's not something that's just for you, and you're really trying to find your own boundary and regulate it in your own way, rather than someone else telling you how to do it for yourself. Perhaps you've been kind of going along with a relationship for a long time, that you've just been kind of enabling it and kind of just keeping it going for comfort, but it's just not really suiting, your soul as far as satisfying it, and you're kind of looking at other alternatives here. And for some of you, I do see you cutting out this connection and walking away from it. I do. I feel like it's very restricting and it's not really true to your connection that you might have with somebody else, or that you're admiring having with somebody else. The Knight of Swords in the reverse. But it's like, yeah, you're not really making moves. You're kind of stuck here, and you're kind of hurting everybody. That's kind of the advice, really. Is everybody's in pain here at this point, because if you're not making any moves and you're just sitting on this, and if everybody's almost in this knowing that you're not in it because of your behaviors and your attitude and things like that, yet you haven't made any initiations, you haven't expressed that you're kind of done with this energy, or done with these phases in your life, you're moving on, or you want these types of behaviors to stop and you want to move forward here, whatever adjustments. This is the challenge that's coming up this month, you guys. It's either going to be, are you going to fight the grain and fight this to the core, or are you going to try to find a way of working together to where everybody can come out of this in a positive way? Even if everyone doesn't get what they want, you can stay, sorry, you can stay positive, right? Okay, so that's really, ultimately, you're sitting on this decision. You haven't made any progressive initiations when it comes to what you're going to do, even though you know what you want. And you know victory is going to take action. It's going to take something to actually make this happen, a move, a conversation, a decision of some kind. But right now, you're sitting on it, and the more you sit on it, the more you wait, the more you don't make a decision or face that, whatever that is, the more you're going to wind up feeling and making everyone else around you feel a bit in the dumps here. Dang, Taurus, what's going on here? Alright. Actions that we need to take here for my lovers. I'm sorry, for my singles. 10 of Swords. 5 of Swords. Yeah, you guys had to cut somebody out, unfortunately, and it didn't feel so great for somebody. It really confused him, actually, and it didn't feel so great for you to do it either, but you almost didn't have a choice. And I feel like this is still something that you kind of hold within pretty deep. But it's almost like you had to do that. You had to make that decision. The Star in reverse. Yeah. I don't necessarily, I mean, I feel like you really think highly of, if this is someone you had to let go of or something you couldn't pursue for the moment, this was somebody that really, I think initially really struck you as something very intriguing, and you had a very deep interest in this person, yet for whatever reason, the divine course of things, it just didn't allow that development to happen. You had to, there was a deeper meaning to this, okay, whether it was a motivation or just a knowing, a perception, whatever it is, it was a deeper meaning, but somebody definitely had to feel like shit in the end of it all, so that kind of sucks. Alright, blockages here. What kind of blockages are we looking at? The King of Wands. We already had communication. Visualization. So being able to see past this is kind of difficult for some of you. And being able to see how to even, like, yeah, like what to do, what to say, who gets what, you know. But that's the difficult part right now. But it is it's a strength that you have if you're willing to put it into motion here. You can definitely look ahead and make some really great plans regarding whatever this is, and put yourself in a position where you're kind of in a win-win. You definitely can do that still. Okay. So positive factors here, 10 of Cups and King of Cups. They're both in the reverse. So, the positive influences, for whatever had to happen that you had to cut out or disconnect from or whatever, it had a better outlook for you. And I think for a lot of you who are using your intuition, you just felt that. You knew that. You just knew. You knew that that was what you needed to do. And it is. I see that it's definitely putting you in a good position. You made the right choice for whatever's going on in your life. At this particular moment, the positive decision to make was to cut this out for now. The person you were dealing with or that situation, it's possible that there was just a lot of emotion going on. Okay? For those of you in partnerships, I do see that there is a lot of emotion going on with this person right now. And they are very much trying to get their kind of own personal power kind of in back into order here. That's really what's going on. They've got some passions, they've got some ideas, they've got things kind of cranking. They're trying to establish some solid foundational roots here, and they had to disconnect to do this. Alright, actions for my singles to take here. Page of Swords. This is letting that news come to you. Okay, I would not be quick-minded with things and jump the gun here at all. I would allow things to kind of just naturally develop. I would be very cautious, okay? I would be very cautious. I would make sure to not just take the move because you're feeling excited about it or because you're feeling like it's easier just to kind of put it away. If this is something that needs to be addressed and dealt with and communicated, you guys need to communicate that. If it's just, you're going to know your specific situation. Actions for my partners. 6 of Pentacles. So when you guys get away and you do that kind of retreat situation, okay, you're going to be able to talk about the past, all those really cool experiences you guys had, moments, and just reconnecting on a soul level. that's really the best thing that you guys can do right now. That's the action that's going to get you in the right direction. It's going to eliminate this cold disconnection here, and get this person visualizing back into that passionate energy that the two of you have, okay? It's very possible that they just got into one of those mentalities where they just weren't sure what was going on because perhaps they got really busy with work. Perhaps they were just having a hard time with their own situations in life. Maybe they had something going on where they felt like something in their own life wasn't fair, okay? And so they didn't hold up accountability on their own end, and you were kind of feeling that, or vice versa. But either way, going away and having a moment to just reminisce here and reconnect is the best piece of advice here. So advice, Page of Cups, Three of Cups, and the Two of Wands. So, Taurus, whatever is keeping your energy in the go with the flow attitude, that's the Virgo energy working for you, okay? Keeping you with the keeping you in the go with the flow energy. You're letting the good news come in. You're processing that good news, and you're applying it as necessary, okay? Utilize your resources, utilize your friends, the people who love you, and reconnect with your people. This month is going to be about coming together, okay? And progressing from a very confident and powerful place, as opposed to, I don't know what's going on and I'm not sure which direction I'm going, okay? You guys, I feel like, are kind of going away somewhere together here to really reconnect. Now, for some of you, this could be an indication that this person that you're involved with has been at a distance, and perhaps that was the difficulty with all this work and just not sure where things are at because you guys haven't had a chance to really just even talk or come together about anything. I do see you having a moment to reconnect here, and really celebrating and just reestablishing all those beautiful energies. You hadn't, at that particular time, it was better to step away, deal with work or deal with whatever the responsibilities were, and then come back into the connection here. So maybe you have a lot of people coming home, right? Maybe they've been in the military or been away for school or work or whatever, and you have people kind of coming back home and reestablishing things. That might be a little bit nerve-wracking, might be a little bit different. But I see it's very positive energy here, but it's been a little stressful. I definitely feel like there's been some stress going on with some of that stuff. Alright, so advice for my singles. Take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. And love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. So, don't, disregard love by any means. If you've been in a position where you've had to kind of step away from something or put something to the side, or you haven't been able to deal with it quite the way that you want, know that when we take a chance on whether it's honest communication with ourselves, with our loved ones, with this person, it makes a huge difference in really everything, in where things are going and how it feels all the way around, okay? For my partners, honesty is essential. Speak with love and truth. Yeah, so whether you guys haven't had a chance to talk or whether the past communication hasn't been quite constructive, you're getting an opportunity to come together, to reconnect, recommunicate, be honest with each other and your emotions, and come back into that passion, okay? Reconnect on that, in that steamy way that you guys have, but it's also very caring, very loving, okay? All right, lovelies. I hope that helps with the rest of your month of September in the love department. Let me know if you would like any personal readings, and I appreciate your time. Much love, guys.